Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry for the noise. Sorry I'm all sweaty and nasty. Show you a little something that I'm working on. I'm a cheapskate first off, so I don't like to buy a bunch of crap if I can make it. So far, this is what I've got. This is an old pressure washer frame. I got a bunch of them at one time, and it didn't have anything on it when I got it, so I figured why let it go to waste. So I'm going to build it up using some old bed frame that I got. I'm going to build it up and make it sit at an angle like that, just mainly so that, you know, when you're working on something and you want to go to adjust the welder, you don't want to have to bend all down here to be able to see it. You want to be able to get right to it, you know, change your settings, not have to break your back to get down there to see it. Most things are going to be up anyway, so that's the plan. Just kind of got a box in there now to kind of give me an idea of what kind of angle I wanted, and it looks like she's going to be on about a 25-degree angle. I plan on putting the bottle here once I get one. I don't know exactly how that's going to fit yet. It's going to be very, very close, as you can see, for the bottle to be centered over that axle. I think it's probably going to be a little bit too far back, and I may have to adjust some things, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, so this is where it stands right now. Don't mind my booger welds. I am nowhere near a professional welder. This is the first project that I've welded in probably 15 years. I mean, besides little teeny tiny jobs, just getting something quick welded up, but still getting used to the welder. This is pretty much how it's going to be. I'm going to close, or at least put in the bottom on it, for one, to help cover up some of the ugliness that I just made, and for two, for storage. But started out okay, and I kind of got offline there, and the piece of metal was getting hot, and I was impatient, and you can see it warped it pretty good. This stuff here is pretty thin too. I thought it was a little bit thicker than that, and I was going to be able to weld it a little bit easier, but as you can see, I've got some work to do to get it solid and structurally sound. Backside is pretty good. Still got wheels to put on it. Got some 3-inch casters. Another reason why I put this plate on here, because I'm going to mount the wheels up through that edge of that plate, right on the edge. Just give it a little bit more structure, but I like the angle of it. You want to adjust your stuff, shouldn't be too bad to get down there and adjust it. I'm happy with that. I'm not completely done with this stuff. It's just kind of sitting up there right now. Alright, here we go. Part 2. Yeswelder Mig 205 DS. Cheapest multi-process welder you can buy that I know of. It's worth buying, I should say. Cost me $330 to get this welder shipped to the door. Came with everything in the first video, as obviously. I'm just going to do a little walk around. I built this little cart just out of some scrap bed frame I had laying around, so don't expect a whole lot. A few places there's some really thin metal. They use some bed frames nowadays, I figured out, so it took me a little bit of getting used to. But one thing I did notice is anytime that you turn this machine off, all of these settings reset back to default. And for me, I'm using a flux core 0.30 wire, so I had to go through and change some settings, and once I changed the settings, I could definitely see that the welder was responding to everything I was trying to get it to do. You know, it's no more the Harbor Freight. You could turn the knob and you couldn't really tell the difference. But with this thing, I could really tell the difference. And but anyway, let me show you a few of the welds. Like I said, I'm no professional, and some of this is some crap material, but pull some of this off here. I got my hooks on there. I ground this one down, obviously, and get to a spot where you can see the actual welds here. You can see that one a little bit. I got to get me a new helmet. I'm getting to the point now where I can't see good enough to weld where I'm the straight line that I need to weld. One thing I will say for certain is this welder is way more capable than I am. But it's done a really good job on this little project. I like this little project. I had the cart laying around, so it was free. I'm very, very excited about this, the future with this welder. I think it's been awesome so far. I've loved it. I still plan on coming in and putting a shelf on the bottom and a shelf midway, just like you could buy at the store. I have tested it to see if the bottle was going to be too heavy, and unless the bottle weighs 160 pounds, we should be good. So I plan on doing a little bit more, a few more projects with this thing. We're going to see what it'll do, and maybe I'll improve in the process. If you got anything in particular you want to know, leave a comment. Any kind of thing you want to see it weld in particular. I do plan on doing a video of just particularly welding with it, but I want to get used to it a little bit more first before I do a welding video, because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Anyway, catch y'all next time. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.